Well, I'm not going to financially recover from this. Cacao. Well, I had my AC blowing. I'm holding my phone right now because if I keep it on the dash, it's too fucking hot because the sun's beating right on the front of the truck, which works for me right now because it's going to set down that way. It's going to set over there, and the back of the truck should be nice and cool. So I'll keep all the heat up front, but I'm going to be leaving at like 2 in the morning. So I'm going to explain why I'm not going to be able to financially recover from this in a second, but I'm going to explain to the viewer that asked the question, how do I gross $96,000 so far and still be broke? My overhead's too much. It's $2,300 a week for me to run this truck, not including fuel, insurances, the truck payment, security deposits, maintenance account, if the taxes, all that shit. It all comes out. So I'm responsible for that. Well, that's why. $2,300 a week. I pay $9,000 a month to run this truck. That's why I don't have any fucking money. All that money is going back to the truck and into the fuel. And I'm getting a little bit of the extra on the end. It's getting to the point now where the spot market's so bad that I can't make it. I can't do it anymore. So basically, on the last video I made, I had yet to be paid. I got paid since then. I got paid, I think, that day or later on that evening or whatever, like another day passed or whatever. Well, it was $660. That's what went to Trucker Dude's bank. All right. Trucker Dude Transportation LLC. That is what I got paid. And I believe that I tarped every fucking load. Alright? I grossed $6,500 that week, I think. And with the fuel and my fixed cost, I came out of it with $660. And that was in addition, not paying my security deposit anymore because I've paid up on that. I'm officially out of debt with this truck and with the company. Except, of course, paying on the truck that I'm running. It's not enough. Not for the spot market. Not right now. I can't do it. I can't survive. I just paid my rent and my car late. I can't. I'm not doing that every fucking month. I'm stressed out. I cut my hair myself. If you can't tell, I do that because I don't have the money to go get it cut. But I don't want my hair getting all, like, I wake up and I got cowlicks all in the back of my fucking head. I can't do that shit. I just went home and I cleaned out the truck. I'm actually deadheading right now. And, yeah, that's my trash. But I got the bed that the truck came with, put back in here. One blanket. One pillow. No TV. Nothing. I got my switch. The piss bottles that they will eventually be piss bottles, but they're not right now. Actually, I drove pretty much all fucking day, and I was able to control my intake of water and not have to piss until I got here. And then when I did piss, dude, I would have filled up a gallon jug, I'm sure. I don't know how I did it. Man, it probably can't be good for me, but I did it. I made it. So I'm going back to reefer. I mean, I can't do... if I'm going to do flatbed, I want the money to reflect the amount of work that I'm putting in. I'm putting in an assload of work as a flatbedder. And if I can make the same... even if I can make the same amount of money doing reefer, why would I not do that? It's much easier than flatbed. I don't want to be out there sweating my fucking ass off with a workout that I could get from the resistance bands that I bought at Prime and haven't used but maybe twice. So it's like, I can get my workout in on my time. I'm not sitting and stinking up my fucking seat with fucking booty sweat and all this shit because I can't find a fucking shower and the bed smells like fucking ass. When I can work out when I stop, and if I work up a man-sized sweat during that time, it's fine. because then I could just go straight and shower after that. I don't have to like sit in it and marinate in it all day. So that's one thing. Two, instead of chasing the spot market as a reefer driver, I'll be joining a mid-sized carrier, which I'm not going to reveal right now. I'll reveal after all of this is done. And it's only because it's going to be a special way that I'm going to reveal it, and I think it's going to be neat, the way that I've thought about it. I don't want to say or like promise that it's going to be fucking extravagant or anything, because there's times where I've thought about doing something and I decided not to fucking do it and just talk about it like I normally do. I don't want to put a bunch of fucking production value in my videos and then that be the norm, because then that's more time I'm spending away from relaxing and resting. As a flatbedder, I cherish those moments because I'm rarely relaxing and resting. Driving itself might seem like it's resting, but it's not. Your brain is still firing on all cylinders. You're constantly watching the road. Couple that with, you're fucking cold from the AC hitting your sweaty ass fucking shirts, and your balls are fucking stuck to your leg because of how much you sweat. Like, it's all very mentally taxing. So when you can actually stop, when I actually stop, I don't want to fucking film a video. I'm too tired. I want to use that time to actually relax. So that's why my videos have slowed down. They might even speed up a little more when I make the switch, because I will be documenting the orientation process, my truck, and all that stuff. It's going to be a 20, I imagine. Okay, I don't know if it's still in the books, because I had to delay it a week to go there because of the long weekend, and I wanted to go ahead and try and see what I was going to do, and that was under the pretense that my check was going to at least be $1,500 the prior week, and it wasn't. It was $600. So that's when I made the decision. This next weekend, I'm going home and I'm unloading the truck. But let's compare. I'm chasing the spot market. I don't get detention. There's no fuel surcharge. All of that shit is going on. I get a flat rate with flatbed right now with this company. I get a flat rate. And rates aren't completely bad. We're still at about $283 a mile, but without any of that extra shit, it's hard. And our discounts are good. It almost makes you just want to exclusively fill up at Love's, because you get 35 cents off the gallon at Love's, 30 cents off it everywhere else. So Pilot, Flying J, Petro, and TA. Those are 30 cents, and then Love's is 35 cents. So on average, I save about $150 a week on fuel, which is better than not saving any money. So this place has fuel discounts as well. They have 500 trucks. I imagine there are slightly better discounts than here, but I don't know for sure. I won't know until orientation. Fuel surcharge, I think when I talked to him, it was at 67 cents a mile, loaded of course. So 67 cents a mile. That's added to the rate, and the rates that they're getting on average is about $2 to $3 a mile, from what he's told me. Detention basically everywhere, and they have dedicated routes. Not dedicated. They have dedicated customers, so they have contracts with people, and so the rates stay the same no matter what happens to the market. You get paid the same amount of money. So that, and then also an APU. If you don't know, I'm idling this truck because there's no APU on it, in order to keep the AC blowing and my shit that was on the truck powered. These have APUs on them. They come with APUs. So I'll have an APU on the truck. That'll burn 0.3 to 0.5 gallons per hour versus the 1 to 2 gallons an hour I'm burning idling my truck after running it all day. So that's putting a lot of engine hours on this truck that I'm eventually going to own, which is not beneficial for me, because that means more work on the truck, more work on everything else. So it doesn't really work in my benefit, though I know this truck would eventually be mine. By the time I'm done paying it off, is it even going to be worth keeping, or should I sell it? It's already got almost 300,000 miles on it. And if I put 100, let's just say on a generous notion, I put about 100,000 miles on a truck in a year, because I average about 2,500 miles a week. So that's 10,000 miles a month. So 10,000 times 12 is 120,000 miles. So we're just being generous and saying I don't get a lot of miles. I go home a little bit more often, and I'm only putting 100,000 miles on a truck. If this truck had 0 miles on it, in the 5 years it would take me to pay this bitch off, this truck would have 500,000 miles on it by the time I own it. Now, if I had bought it from manufacture date, or when it like with no miles on it, that would be perfectly fine. But I don't have that, so I'm going to add an additional 500,000 miles So it's going to have almost 1 million miles on this truck. Well, about 250,000 miles short. That is not something I want to pay. You know, let's see. I'm paying $1,100 a week. And that's $4,400 a month I'm paying for 52 weeks. I'm paying that. 52 times $4,400. That's the first year. That's a lot of fucking money. 52 times 40, man, I'm not doing that math. That's a lot of money. And I'm like, this truck is a 2021. It's got 200,000 miles on it. Like, I don't know what he bought the truck at, but I just feel like that's super fucking expensive. So now, the longer I'm in it, I'm like, I just wanted to make money when I got here. I wasn't making money. I just spent a shitload to get out there to get all the paperwork and shit signed. Like, I just wanted to get in the truck and get going. I wanted to get a load and get going. So I didn't think about all that shit. So I jumped. I just jumped. Because I was done with Prime. I was done with JB Hunt. I was done with Hub Group. I didn't want to fuck with that anymore. I needed a gig that was going to pay. We had just decided to go back to OTR and we landed on here. So if the rates had stayed up, this would be great. This would be a great company to stick with. But the rates are not that great. So I'm having to move on to a mid-sized carrier and not a mega carrier that's still based on line haul, not cents per mile, for a lease operator program. Some people will probably say, why don't you just go company? No, I don't want to go company. I've always said I want to maximize the amount of money I can make while I'm out here. Every route that I've taken has shown that there's potential for that. In this particular case, the spot market crashed. It's not going to be good for what, another 12 to 18 months, maybe even longer. I don't know, but it's not looking good now, and I'm already starting to drown, so I can't keep doing it. So what do I do next? Chase line haul with contract work. Do a company that's already established relationships with other businesses, and as long as their name's on the side of the truck, we'll get business. And if I continue driving like I do, and that is, I consider good driving, although some of my previous issues would suggest otherwise, I get my loads there and I get it done. But I'm not gonna. I can't keep doing this. I can't keep drowning. So I made the decision to jump, and in the next coming days, a lot's gonna change. It's not gonna be the same truck anymore. I'll probably be in a hotel room the first 2 days. I don't know if I'm gonna rope all the orientation into one video and do the reveal in the beginning of that video of who I'm working for, or how that's gonna work. That's just gonna be something I'll work out on my own. So I guess you guys can go and guess who it might be. It's not a mega carrier. It's gonna be a mid-sized carrier. So you guys can start naming off shit in the comments if you want. If you've even made it this far into the video, and maybe you'll see. Maybe one of y'all will guess it. There's a shitload of companies out there. They're mid-range with about 500 or so trucks. That should be enough, hopefully, to give y'all something. But I'm gonna go back here and put this video together, and then fight sleep, I guess, because there ain't shit else to do. I ain't got nothing else on this truck except that switch, and the fucking Joy-Cons got drift, which means when you don't mess with them, the cursor goes just slowly, and there's no way to fucking stop it. Like, I can take the batteries out of well, I can't even take the batteries out. They charge on their own. I'll figure it out. Whatever. Anyways, remember, just ladies, love it, hate it, fucking ready to take care. I'll see you on another time.